Hey guys, what is going on? LegoMan123 here, and today in this video I'll be reviewing the LEGO Ninjago set 71711 Jay's Cyber Dragon. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first minifig is Jay, and it's really awesome to get another variant of him because I believe all the variants of Jay are the exact same, including all the other ninjas for this wave of Ninjago sets. It's just really cool to get his translucent weapon pieces again, and then like the game controller, and then also like this health bar piece. I really love that with like the sort of shoulder arm with like the swords, and how you can put the translucent rod in the little hole there. The back torso printing is definitely really cool, and the helmet is definitely very interesting as well. And I believe his facial expressions are the exact same as all the other ones. The next minifig is Nia, and this is such an awesome minifig. I love the color scheme for her with like the dark grey with like the sort of blue coloring. I think that is really cool. Like one half of her torso is that, and then the other one is like a dark sort of grey with one arm. I really love the look of it, but it's just a shame this is the only set she does come in. Like this is sort of her season as well, because she's sort of with Jay to like the end until like she sacrifices herself. Because, like, why is she not in any other sets apart from this, like, one set? I just wish she was, like, in a maybe a cheaper set. But she's only in this one set. And I think this is such an awesome minifig. So I'm very glad to have her in my collection. Because, as I said, I really love the torso with, like, the detailing on it. The color scheme is definitely really cool. Her weapon as well is definitely very interesting. She also does have the same shoulder armor, swords, and health bar as the rest of the ninja, including, like, the game control. I also really love her helmet piece in like this sort of dark grey colouring, and her facial expression is, I believe, she's like pretty happy in a way. She does have like the same facial expression as the rest of the ninja. And then her torso back printing, I think that might be very similar to like the rest of the ninja, where it's, oh, that looks pretty cool. I really love the blue on this. I think it looks really cool. I also really like the back torso printing with like these sort of circle pieces. The next minifig is the exact same version of Unagami as from all the other sets, including his weapon, which was from the Temple of Madness set. So it's really cool to just get variants of him, because I really love the amount of detailing on his torso and legs, especially on the dress piece, how it does have some back printing. I just think the torso and leg printing is definitely very interesting. It's really not something you would see on like a regular minifig for Ninjago, because of like the blue and like the black and the red. I think it just looks really cool, and it's really no sort of certain pattern to it. It's just like a bunch of lines in like certain directions. So I think that is definitely really cool. His weapon is very interesting as well. I really like how they actually built that up. And then he does have the same shoulder armor, hairpiece, and beard, and his facial expressions are the same. How he does have this very angry one and this sort of calm one. The next minifig is very similar to Nia, but Hausner does come in one other set, and that is the same set where Cole does come in, and that was the 4+ set with Cole, Hausner, and then just a small build for like Cole's sort of car. So it's really awesome to get him in another set just like Cole. And I think Hausner definitely looks really awesome. I love that sort of greenish blue color on him, and like the translucent blue sword piece looks really cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Really awesome if we do get more of that in the future. And then like the black and red controller, and then like the cheese print on him is definitely really cool. I just really love the amount of detailing on his torso and legs in this very awesome orange color. Now that is really cool. I really like the detailing on that, because I believe the last time we got orange legs was from like a Lego City like theme, which was like the sort of firefighters, but I'm not too sure. And then he does have just like the same sort of stuff as Richie with like the black sort of shoulder armor, and then like the red swords, and then the health bar and like the translucent orange. And I just really love the mold for like the sort of rat llama, whatever they are called. I just really love the look of that, and I like how it is different to Richie's with like the color and like the sort of hair piece, or it's like this sort of tooth piece. Then he also does have some very interesting back torso printing. I really like the look of that, but it would be really cool if we did get some back leg printing. And with his head, it's like a very hard sort of plastic. It's not like sort of squishy in a way, like I can't actually squeeze it. So it's like almost like a minifig head, like a regular minifig head, like those minifigs. but like it's sort of shaped differently. So I think that is definitely very interesting. Then the final minifig for this set is Richie, and he does appear in a couple of other sets. I believe in the Gamers Market, this set, and then maybe one more, but I'm not too sure. But this may be the only other set he is in. And I think this is a really awesome minifig, just as well as Hausner, because I really love the pink on this minifig. His torso and leg printing just has so much detailing in it. And I also really like this sort of potion and like this skull, which is very interesting. And then he does have the same accessories as Hausner with like the health bar and then like the swords and then like the black shoulder armor. And I can't even get that sword in, that's so sad. There we go. And then taking off the shoulder armor, it does reveal, I believe, some more printing on the torso. And I just really love the look of that with like a thumbs up, I believe. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a thumbs up, but it doesn't look it. And then I also really like the detailing with like this sort of silver and then like this sort of circles. But I just wish we got like the same amount of detailing as Hausner, because I think the detailing on his torso was definitely a lot more better. And then his head is very similar to Hausner, but it's just in a different color, I believe. And like the mold is very similar, and I think it is the same, but apart from like this really nice hairpiece instead of like the tooth. And just as well as Hausner, this is like a hard plastic, very similar to minifig heads, where it's not like this sort of plasticky, like sort of squishy plastic. It is definitely very hard. So now we take a look at the builds for this set, because as well as Jay's Cyber Dragon, you also do get 3 separate builds which are small. So first we'll take a look at the Keyblade. And what I found really interesting was, I'm not too sure if it's with like the other Ninjago sets, because I haven't actually collected the rest of the wave, just the sets with like the ninja in it. So I do have the Gamers Market and then the Empire Temple of Madness and then like the Empire Dragon. And what I found interesting was, out of those 4 sets, only 2 of them have like the sticker on like the Keyblade. And I found that really interesting, because I would have thought like they would have had a sticker for the Keyblades for all the sets. So I'm definitely interested to know if the rest of the Ninjago sets for this wave have like the sticker of like that sort of mystery, like the question mark. So that is definitely very interesting, but it's really cool to get the green one, and I just really love the look of it. And I just love the mold for like the Keyblade, and just very easily sort of slides in there like that. Then the next build is, I believe, for Richie, and this is some sort of like flying hoverboard thing. Very interesting how they've actually used like the surfboard piece, and I think it works really nice with like the piece, like this sort of eye piece, which are for like dragons and all that, in like this very nice translucent red color to like represent fire, I believe, and then some stud shooters so like you could shoot at your enemies. So we'll try go for like just one of the characters. Oh, that was terrible. We may have to go a little closer. Oh, I think we got like both of them, both Nia and Jay. Then we have the build for Hausner's sort of hoverboard, and I think this is a lot more simpler. I just wish we maybe got like some sort of play feature very similar with Richie's hoverboard, like some sort of stud shooter. But I do like how we do get, instead of like one sort of fire like rocket part coming out, we do get 2. So I think that is very interesting, and the minifigs can very easily stand on top of that. So now we'll take a look at the main build for this set, and that is Jay's Cyber Dragon. And I think this thing looks really awesome. I love the amount of detailing on it. All the play features with this, all the movable parts are definitely really cool. So we'll start with the head and then work our way down. So I think the head has a really nice shape to it, and I really love the amount of detailing on it, with like the stickers on like this really cool Nexonite shield in blue, and like the detailing, the print for like the eyes, which is on either side, is definitely really cool. And then what I found interesting was they actually used the translucent like small piece of a sword to actually represent like the teeth, and I find that really interesting. And like his mouth can open up to about there and then can very easily close. I also really like these sort of cheese slow pieces to like represent like the scales of the dragon, I believe. These pieces in white are definitely very interesting. I think it's a really nice inclusion with like these sort of Technic pieces. And then the head does attach via, I believe, like a hinge, but it is definitely like really weak. So if like you would have it up here, over time I believe it would like slowly come down like that. It's just like really loose in my opinion. Like you can very easily move it like that, and wow, that just detached. That is so sad. So if I put that back in there, it's just a really loose attachment in my opinion. And there is another one on like the neck part here, and like that can very easily move. I think this one is a little more stable, but this one is just really big. I'm not too sure if it's like my own fault for that, but I just really love the color scheme as well, with like the white, and then the like one variant of blue, and like this other variant, and then the sort of front and like main part of this is definitely really awesome, where Jay does sit here, and I really like how they did include like this game controller to actually control the dragon. And then there's a really cool sticker on like this very interesting like translucent purple piece, which I believe is like the book piece but just in a translucent color, or it's like that sort of wanted sort of thing from the CMF series but just in the purple color. So I think that is definitely really cool, and it does actually move like up and down. And then we have like these jet piece just fell. If we have like these jet sort of booster things, I think they definitely do look really cool. And I do love the inclusion of they can move very slightly like that, so like you can adjust them and all that. And then they do have two separate stickers, which is definitely very interesting, because like usually with the dragons they have like the same sticker on either side, so it's just really cool to see a different sticker. And then the legs do have like a ball joint attachment, so I think that is definitely really cool. And like these booster things have a ball joint, so I really like the movement you can get with like the feet or the legs. And then the toes or the claws have a very interesting attachment with like these Technic pieces. I'm not too familiar with them. I just really love the look of the like legs and how stable they are, so like they're not easily gonna fall. And like the toe, like the foot part does have a ball joint, and the legs are the same on either side at the front. But then the back of the legs, they do have a bit more of a different design. I really like that, instead of just getting like the same four legs. And they do have the same attachment with like a hinge, and then also like a ball joint. And they do have some stickers at the back. The first one is, I believe, different. Yep, different to the other one. So that is definitely very interesting how we're not getting the same sticker. And then the body of the dragon down here, he definitely does have a very interesting design with like the color scheme. And I really like how sort of bulky it is. Instead of just getting like a skinny dragon, they've actually put a lot of detailing and just a lot of bricks into this. And the play feature is definitely really cool as well. But I just wish they maybe hit it a little more better with like this Technic like piece here, instead of having it like in a grey colour. I kind of wish they maybe had in a black colour, so it's a little more sort of camouflage. So pressing down, it does release, oh damn, like his neck is in the way, it does release these sort of missiles. So I think that is really cool. So you just like push him back. Damn, wow, that one does not want to go. And then like we put his neck up so we don't actually hit him again, and then we just shoot it like that. Now I think that is such a really cool play feature, and it's definitely very fun. And what I really like was, while building this, they actually have like the Technic, like the play feature mechanism hidden inside like back here. So I find that really cool, instead of having it like open and all that. And what I really like was they actually hid it pretty well. Like you cannot see it while looking in like the gap here. But I just wish they maybe covered up the gap, because it does look a little unfinished. So now we'll try the play feature once again. So like you got to move his head up to about there, and then we'll we hit Unagami, so we'll try go for Richie or Hausner now. We almost had like 3. So I think that is definitely a really fun play feature. And then the back of the tail, or the tail, definitely does have a very interesting design with it. I really like the color scheme and how it sort of continues on with like the rest of the dragon. These Chislo pieces in the translucent green, I think they work, but I just think like a translucent blue would work a little more better, because like Jay is the blue ninja, so I think it would have worked a little more better with like a translucent blue, especially for like these very interesting pieces. I really love the look of them. And the tail does have a nice design with like a ball joint attachment for like the main part, and then slowly working down, so it can move pretty wildly, so I find that really fun. And then the piece that did fall off before was like a translucent saw piece for like the very back of the tail, and wow, another piece just fell off. So they definitely do have a very weak attachment in my opinion. So you just got to very easily put it on without knocking the other one off. And I think it looks really cool with like the sword pieces. So now we'll take a look at the packaging for this set. Now what I found really interesting was that this set actually did include some extra stickers, and the Empire Temple of Madness didn't. So that is definitely like really strange why they've done that. Maybe because it's like the final set for this wave, but that is just strange how they didn't have any like extra stickers for that set, but in this set they do, and I think they look really cool. And then the Manu is quite a thick one actually, so that is definitely very interesting. And that did have a couple of advertisements, whereas the Empire Temple of Madness, that didn't have, I believe, any advertisements, which is definitely like really strange. So the first one, I think it did have one though. I think it was like this one. The first one is like this advertisement of like the game, like Prime Empire with like the other set, and then the other sets for this wave of Ninjago, and then I believe there was another one for the legacy sets for like this wave of Ninjago, and then just like a Lego Life ad, and I believe that was it. Yep. And then the box for this set, I may have to move my camera back a bit. The box for this set was definitely a very interesting one. I do like the amount of detailing on the box of like the background and all that, like with Prime Empire. And then the back of the box does show like all the play features for this set and just different shots for the set. So my final thoughts on this set is that I would definitely recommend picking this one up because this is such an awesome set, not just for the minifigs, but especially for Nia, because this is the only set she does come in, which is definitely like really disappointing. I just wish she was maybe in like one other set, just like Cole. But the dragon is definitely a really awesome build. I really love the amount of detailing on it. The very interesting play feature with like this Technic part, all the movable parts, like how the tail can move all crazy, the head attachment, like these booster. Wow, I'm breaking everything in this video. The booster design, and just how much fun you can have. And it's definitely quite light, like you can have a lot of movement with like the hand and all that. So, and there's definitely a very nice sort of attachment, not attachment, but like where you can have your hand without like knocking any parts off. So I think that is definitely really cool, and I just love the build for this set. But my only sort of small problem is I just wish they maybe had like a translucent blue color for all these translucent pieces instead of green, because I don't think it would have worked as well as like a translucent blue. But I could definitely see why, because they may have done it for like the Keyblade to sort of show like the Keyblade is like affected like the dragon. So I could definitely see why they've done that, but I just wish it was maybe like a translucent blue just to match with like the rest of the color scheme, which I think looks really awesome with like the dark blue, like this very nice blue, and then like the black. So, hope you guys did enjoy this video, because I really did enjoy sharing my thoughts and opinions on Jay's Cyber Dragon. I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And as always, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can say so. Goodbye!